guys, it's Kaylin Ariel, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a very new kind of video. I tried to do something like this in the past. I feel like I wasn't ready for it, but now all my books are about this. I do all types of work just about self-development, growth as a person, and I would just love to help you guys. That is what I'm going to be doing here today. Make sure you guys give me a big thumbs up and subscribe, and let's go. Today, I'm going to be telling you guys to stop comparing yourself, and here is why. Number one, everyone has problems that are just as big as yours. Everybody's problems may not look the same, but the feeling of a problem is the same for everyone. It's something that you want to fix. It's something that weighs on your conscience, right? So just because it's not big to you, it might be big to someone else. Your problem might not be so big to someone else. Someone else might brush that off or not care so much. You need to remember that you have something that the next person doesn't have. You have to realize that everything, number one, always works out for you with any problem. It always works out for you. You know, it's never the end of the world. It's always going to work out for you. Just because you look at someone's life and on the outside it looks perfect doesn't mean it's actually perfect. I mean, some people can look at my life and think like, oh, I have a really nice car, but, you know, and I seem so confident or whatever, but they don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I would say I have a pretty good life, but I do have problems. I do have things I struggle with on a day-to-day basis or like a weekly, monthly basis that just pops up and it's like, oh, I'm struggling with this and I hate this, you know, everybody has that. It's always different for everybody, you know, and it's not going to be something that people confide in you with maybe, so you would never know. I don't let my problems get in my way of success. I am not about to sit around sulking about them because I know that it'll always work out for me. And at the end of the day, you have to remember that you have something that the next person doesn't have. And I understand my potential. You have to understand your potential as a person, as a human being, that you're not going to look like the next person. You're not about to have the same success as the next person. You're going to have it in a way that is fit for your lifestyle, in a way that is fit for your soul. You can't try to have something that the next person has because something that the other person has, something that you're looking at, that's not for you. You have it in a whole completely different way. Everybody receives things differently. You're going to receive it in a way that is specifically designed for you, even if it doesn't feel like it. You know, you can't just look at someone and want exactly what they have because you don't know what they did to get it, number one. You don't know what they're going through, and they might not even cherish it as much as you would, but that's not for you to understand. And just because you think, oh, maybe if I had this, then I'd be so much happier. That's not true also. I've done that many times. I literally got my dream car for my 16th birthday and it didn't solve anything. I still love my car, but I thought it was going to solve all these different problems. I remember I had so many different problems. It solved the problem of me not having a ride, but it didn't solve anything else. So like, what can you really do about it, you know? No, you're not going to be happier when you get the car. You're not going to be happier when you get those friends or that boyfriend or that relationship. You're not going to be happier when you move out or graduate. You have to be happier with what you have now. That's all about gratitude. It's all about you being thankful for what you have now, because the next person does not have some of the things that you have in your life. It's really unfair when you think about it, because it's like, you know, you don't see what you have until it's gone, honestly. Maybe, you know, I heard my dad say this a bit ago. He was like, you know, when you're looking into the future, you expect that things that you already have will be there still. And that's not the case. You might have a family member or a pet, or, you know, even your prized possession that you have, something that you really love. You might have that now. You're like looking into the future, you know, and you're excited to get something. Let's say it's like, you know, you're getting a new house or you're moving away. You're so excited for that. But you have to realize that the things you have right now, you need to cherish those things, because when you do move away or when you do get that house, who's to say that you're able to share that with the things or the people you have in your life right now? Those things or people might not be here anymore. So that's why you should always, always, always be present and thankful for what you have, and not be looking too far ahead into the future or comparing what you have to the next person, because the next person or the next time period might not have what you have in your life currently. But there is one thing in all of y'all's lives that someone else doesn't have, or that is so great that you're just overlooking. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't do the same. I literally struggle with that sometimes. Like, I will sit back and I'll be thinking about the things that I want and I'm not getting them. It's like, dang, what am I doing wrong? It's nothing I'm doing wrong. It's just I'm not ready for that yet. And you know, that doesn't mean that something's wrong with me. That just means that my time hasn't come yet, and that's it. But I do have things that I should be focused on that I did ask for in the past that I have yet to fully appreciate. So always think about that. Number two, the girl across the room scenario. I actually saw this on Pinterest a while back and it really stood with me because I actually experienced it a few days ago. I've experienced this quite a few times where, like, let's say I'll be out and then like I'll, you know, not be feeling myself. I'll feel like a little janky, I'll feel not very confident, and then someone will just come up to me and be like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. Like, you're just so pretty. And like that's happened quite a few times. It's not like something that happens every day. Like, no, it's like something where it's like random. It's like very random. And I told my mom, like, I used to just brush it off because I was like, I thought people were just being nice, honestly. I was just like, you know, because I'm looking at the next person and I'm like, they're so pretty, or like they can get whoever they want, or whatever the case may be, they can get whatever they want. And someone's looking at me thinking the exact same thing. Someone is looking at me thinking she is so pretty. I wish I could get my skin like hers, or my hair like hers. I wish, you know, I could do this like her, or whatever. I'm sitting here thinking about myself like, dang, shouldn't have walked out the house like this today. My hair looks so crazy. Or I didn't bring my lip gloss. Everybody probably looking at me like she looks crazy. Like, this is the type of stuff that goes through my head. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm being completely transparent right now. Like, I'll be tussling with myself. Like, I'm not kidding. And then it just makes my day sometimes when I just hear, even though like I should already know these things. Like, you should already know that you're beautiful. Deep down, I know that I am beautiful. But you know, in the moment when you are not feeling the most confident, everybody has days where they're not feeling the best. You know, and I'm really sitting here and I'm telling myself like, girl, like you should just, you know, it's okay that you don't feel your best. But then there's always that voice that's like, but look at her, she got it going on, she got this, she got that, she look like this, or she has this. Someone else is back here, over here, looking at me like, oh, you know, she has this, she has that, da da da, I want this. You know, the same things that you're thinking about someone else is what someone else is thinking about you. Someone else is admiring you from afar. I am glad people have actually came up to me and said those things, because in the moment I actually needed to hear that. And I don't know if the girl will see this or not because she's friends with my friends or whatever, but she had told me, I was like, I had an afro that day. Like, I literally had an afro. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. I had an afro this day because I had a hair appointment and like I couldn't do my hair. So my hair was like this that day. I know that doesn't look bad or anything, but like I kept looking and I was like, I should put makeup on today. I should have did all these different things. Like, I wish I just put my hair in a ponytail. Even though I had a hair appointment and I was telling people I had a hair appointment, you know, I was still tripping. I had to take a step back and like I was just listening to my music, and then the girl, she was like, oh my gosh, you know, I was just like looking at you and you were so pretty today, whatever, right? And I was like, I felt like, oh my gosh, thank you. I said that because like that was really sweet. I needed to hear that in the moment. I actually needed to hear that because the whole day, it's like the end of the day by now, but the whole day I'm thinking I look crusty, musty, dusty, janky, you know? And I told y'all, I be tussling with myself. Every now and then, it's good to remind yourself that, you know, you have someone that is also admiring you. Like, it's always gonna be like that, even if you don't see it. And like, you're your biggest critic. Like, you might not see yourself, but other people will, but that's not always going to be the case. That leads me into number 3. You can't expect someone to see you if you don't see yourself. So like, yeah, there'll be instances where like people will hype you up, but if you're constantly putting yourself down, at some point, people are going to notice that you're not confident, and that they can use that against you at some point, honestly. That if you're not confident, that's you. And nobody can fix that. Nobody can help you. Nobody can tell you to be confident. No matter how many times somebody tells you that you're pretty, that you're beautiful, that your energy is so cool and so dope. No matter how many times somebody tells you that, that can't make you believe it. That's only going to, you know, maybe boost your ego a little bit or like help your self-esteem. That's not going to raise your self-worth or make you have more love for yourself. You have to create that for yourself. And however you create that for yourself is how you find yourself, how you see how cool and dope you really are, to where you don't even want to compare yourself to the next person, because you wouldn't want to be anybody else. Like, I have, maybe it's because I got my hair done, but I've really been feeling myself lately. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. Like, it's been like on a roll. Like, you can't tell me anything. I promise. Like, this is the best feeling ever. Like, when I tell you, when you get to the point where it's like, okay, I've been feeling this for a little longer than like having my hair done, just because like I've just been doing my journaling. I've been doing all the stuff that, you know, I normally do to, like, you know, help myself grow or whatever. But like, it's just the fact that I am to my edges today. You know, I'm on camera just talking to y'all because it's like a very spare moment. I'm out in my pajamas, I'm on my Skims, just put my hair down. Like, I'm literally telling you guys, just at 10:19 at night, just see how cool you are. Like, that's where self-love journey comes from. And I'm literally gonna make another video about this, because I know a lot of people don't know how to start it. And I've tried to help my friends, but that'd be like after they get out of a breakup. You know, I ain't never did that before. I ain't never got out of a breakup and then started to like try to love myself, like, and then they get back in it. So like, it really don't be mattering. Me, I'm like a true at heart type of girl, about to love myself. I'm about to figure out what I need to do to grow, like today, right now. A lot of people don't have that dedication, that discipline, and that's okay. You know, that's just, I feel like my purpose in life is to provide myself with love. That's not my only purpose, but that's something I must fulfill in this lifetime. Love, number one, I must fulfill. I ain't know for a fact. But the biggest thing for me is loving myself. Because I feel like my whole life I've just compared myself to people, whether it's me being taller than everybody because I'm 5'10", you know, taller than the boys, taller than the girls, wondering why Mary Kate can have this but I can't, you know, things like that. Like, I don't have time for that anymore. Like, I literally don't, because I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking like, I am so cool. Even if like people don't look at me like that. Like, I honestly don't talk to a lot of people. You know, I really don't. So like, I don't really care. I don't have a lot of friends. That's the thing. I used to be so worried about my friends. I used to be so worried about if people thought I was cool. Like, you know, me compared to this person, she got it all. She got all the friends. She got all of them. She doing this. She's doing that. You know, like, you know, I'm cool with everybody, but I'm not like always talking to everybody. Like, you know, that's how I am, and that's how I'm gonna remain to be, because I realized I don't give a flying frick about making friends at this point. It's my senior year. If you're not my friend now, I honestly do not care. I don't care. If you're not my friend, it's nothing I'm doing wrong. We're not friends anymore. You're not my friend. I'm not making new friends right now. Like, okay, whatever. If you're meant to be in my life, you know, it'll naturally happen. Like, I'm not about to tell myself that something's wrong with me because I don't have what the next person has in order to be popular or, you know, well known, or, you know, just invited to everything. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, I used to care so much and I don't care now. Like, and I'm honestly happy that I got to this point. I love being at home. Love it. People think something's wrong with me. Anytime my friends ask me to go somewhere, I'll be like, I'm in the house. Like, I used to not be like that. And I talked about that in my last video. So yeah, I just want to say that you just have to remember that you can't expect other people to think highly of you if you don't think highly of yourself. You gotta tell yourself that you are that girl. And like, you have to, if people don't treat you, like, obviously you don't have to wait for somebody to tell you that you're that girl. You should already know. But like, aside from that, you need to do the work to realize that, you know, no matter what you get, you're always able to be that girl now. You don't have to wait until you get this or that or have this person. Like, you can be that girl now. You don't have to have anybody tell you that. Like, just because you're that girl doesn't mean the next person can't be that girl. Like, just because you're that girl don't mean I can't be that girl. Just because I'm that girl don't mean that you can't be that girl. Like, I'm just telling you. Like, you are her. Okay? You have to know who you are to feel that way, honestly. When I didn't know myself very well, I let other people tell me who I was, or, you know, I identified as like the shy girl, or I can't make friends easily, or, you know, guys that like don't like me, or things like this. Then you're gonna feel like that. You're going to feel like, you know, you don't fit in anywhere. But honestly, when I truly realized I don't need to fit in anywhere. Like, I was made to be exactly where I am, and if people don't understand that, then that is not my problem, and it is not your problem either. If you're not fitting into, the molds that people want you to fit into, you're not, doing what you thought you should be doing at this age, or whatever the case may be, comparing yourself to someone else's life standards, that is not your problem. That is not your problem. Because one day they will look up and they will see that everything you were doing was specifically for you, and now you have everything you want. That is how life goes. As long as you do things that make you happy, do things that you want to do, then you will look up and have everything that you wish to have. But where it counts is you must be present to experience all of those things. There will always be someone with better clothes than you, a better car than you, but you will never be happy until you love all that is yours. I am living my life the way I am living it, loving every bit. Definitely a new phase for me. I wasn't always like this, but now I don't care. It's the best thing to do, because life is supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be easy, it's supposed to feel freeing. And we've been told that life is supposed to feel hard and that you're always supposed to be working towards something. But you can also work towards something within yourself. Peace. Yes. So that's all I have for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I didn't want it to be 22 minutes long, so let's hope I can narrow it down somewhat. But I just hope that I helped someone today. And if you want more from me, just subscribe, give me a big thumbs up, and I would love to see y'all's comments down below. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!